Because we're on stage now.
Okay, guys, we're live. We've got all
We're
four
live.
guys on here. Keith, welcome back from Canada. I know you had some storms. We had storms here I'm in Warsaw, Missouri, sitting in a Dairy Queen parking lot, and with my Hobie out back on top.
Yeah.
And we got Ethan and Jake back for the final four. It has been a memorable day. Let me tell you. Started out, got up, it was perfect weather, get out, and then I get to the lake, I launch, and here comes a storm with lightning bolts the size of, it was bad. And so I sat in my truck, fell asleep. Next thing I know, a guy pulls up next to me, rolls his window down and says, what are you doing? I told him I'm trying to fish. He goes, your kayak's going to get blown away by the tornado coming this way.
He's like, get out of my driveway.
Because I had no reception. Actually, the lake is so far up, there is no ramp. The road goes right into the lake where I was at. And so he said, hey, come out. You can come out to my place and get internet there and you can see what's going on. We go up there and it was like 2 hours. It was going to be 2 hours. So he goes, you're welcome. There's some guys there that are going crappie fishing. And he goes, you can stay here. I said, no, I got to watch my stuff. I go, was anybody stealing around here? He goes, I'm more worried about your stuff than you right now. I go, okay, I'm going back down there. So I go back down there and wait 2 hours for the storms to get done and then go out and fish. And it was horrible. That was not good either. And then some old guy launched his boat, took up the boat ramp, left his truck and his trailer on the ramp and left with this lady, went and got a 50-pound blue cat and brought it back. And so nobody could get on the ramp.
Wow.
And there was another guy. Anyway, there's my story. And then I went to McDonald's for 3 hours and worked on video. And there were some, oh man.
That's true. He called me from McDonald's. He's like, I finally found internet. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I did. And then I couldn't, it won't let me use our site. So I'm guys, I'm on my phone here and we're doing the show tonight. We found a way again. We found a way. This has been a journey. But Jake, thanks for being patient, Ethan, with this story. I'm sure you guys had stuff in your day too, but there's mine.
Nothing exciting like that.
Yeah.
I just came back from my daughter's soccer game at the high school, and I was wearing a puffy and a hoodie, and it was pouring rain, and I was scrunched underneath this little awning with everybody else. And then at halftime, I was walking to my truck to get sunglasses, and now it looks like this. And it's like 6 o'clock at night. It was crazy weather.
It was a hot 85 here today.
Wow.
Not here.
Are we going? Does anybody know if we're live out there?
Yeah, I checked.
We're live. 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Anybody watching? I haven't seen any comments yet, so I wondered.
There was one watching, but it might have been me.
Okay.
Yeah. It's probably a bunch of people in the Dairy Queen in Warsaw watching us right now.
Yeah.
Or at least watching you.
I've never sat in McDonald's that long before, guys.
Probably not that healthy.
Well, they had free Wi-Fi, so I was like, I can do that. Anyway, so we're back on track here. We got Jake and Ethan this week, Keith, and 4 guys left. And this has been quite the deal. There was a lot of talk about it at Dale Hollow. People were talking about it.
Oh, yeah? What were they saying?
I want to be in it next time, they were saying.
Sweet.
I got a guy, man. Barry Davis has a kayak, you guys.
Yes.
Oh, you were telling me about that,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. There's some, the next one we're going to run this fall. Already Malone has stepped up, Malone Auto Racks, and has offered a full-on kayak trailer as part of the grand prize for the audience.
Wow.
So,
that's a pretty solid grand prize.
Yeah.
And that's like not even, we're going to split things up next time. So it's not just the one grand prize. We're going to do like weekly prizes. So it's not like winning the lottery to just get the one at the end. You're going to get a cool grand prize at the end, but there's going to be a chance to win like a Yak rod or a Garmin or a whatever every single week. So that'd
That's
be
all.
very
Nice.
cool.
If
Yeah.
I would have, Ethan, if I would have had that video, I'd have won my round. Show
Which
him that
one?
video, Ethan.
The one.
The one going through that gnarly stuff I went through at Dale Hollow. That
Oh, the one you just sent them.
how many kayaks can do that, Keith? Watch this.
If like a gator jumps up and bites you right now, that would be good.
Yeah, I went over the top of these logs, and it's 4
Great.
foot of water. The water's 4 foot deep there.
Wow.
That is the
That's very
biggest
cool.
I've ever seen Dale Hawk.
Yeah, that's why I didn't catch any fish back
Yeah.
there.
Was
Anyway,
that fun?
That's cool. It was fun. If I would have gone to the day 2 spot on day 1, I probably got a check. But no, I had to be stubborn and go back there and say I'm going to get away from everybody 4 miles away. And you know what? That was 4 miles away. There was no fish there. They couldn't even swim that far.
That spot was
Yeah.
so secret. The fish didn't even know about it.
Yeah, they didn't know about it.
What did it
So
take
anyway,
to win
anybody
at Dale Hollow?
What's that?
What did it take to win at Dale Hollow?
180
100.
something?
190.
Was it? I know it was Ewing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that you won.
190. Wow.
Yeah, there was
I
a
didn't
lot.
get a
lot
chance
of
to catch up on it much. I've been up at I'm practicing for the Kayak Adventure Series next weekend or this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
190, 192 and 3/4.
That's a good
Wow, nice.
that's a good score.
Yeah.
And I was 21st on day 2. But day one,
What'd you end up with?
132nd. Huh?
What'd you end up with?
160.
Okay.
Hmm.
Wow.
Not bad. And
Yeah.
basically, if I go to that area on day 1, I'm gonna get 18 more inches. You know, and would have been in the money, but no, I was stubborn. But that's why it goes. You got to make decisions that, better decisions. I don't know, but
Yeah.
you
Well,
guys know.
no, because
So speaking of decisions,
that first decision you made on the day 1 could have turned out another way, and it could have been
Yeah.
awesome. So you never know.
Yeah, you never know. So, just like you guys, the decisions you made with your kayaks. Any new decisions with the kayaks this week?
I added that Yak or the Guardian Angel kit, and I don't know if I did last go around or not, but I've used it a lot and I love it.
Yeah, they're
Same.
sweet, eh? Did you get? You
Yeah,
guys both got your sets, and like those lights are so cool.
Yeah, and I would
They're perfect.
my
So
my setup with it being in the back, I'd use AA batteries like left and right every time because I'd leave it on and not be able to reach it. So with that remote world, it lights out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Quite literally.
And if fishing gets boring, you can put it on that like disco mode and just like give her.
See, I still wait for mine to die now because now I know it's rechargeable too. But I had my my all round white light behind me within reaching distance, but I would still just forget to turn it off every time with the AA batteries in it. So now I can at least recharge it every time I go out.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
We just got a comment here from Tim Percy.
A fellow Canada guy.
Yep, I should have entered the Yakoffs. There's going to be another one, dude.
Tim Perry. He's from Canada, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Are Canadians eligible for this?
I am Canadian, Marty, and I invented it, so no, they're not. I'm the only one.
Nobody else. No more Canadians.
So, it's being run out of Canada.
It's being run out of everywhere, but yeah. Anyone's eligible.
Okay. All right.
Tim has been a good guy as far as Hobie, making a lot of plates. He's kind of the brains behind a lot of that additions to like adding live scope to your kayak.
I agree with you, Tim.
We got to get.
He
Dairy
says we
Queen.
got to give the U.S. a chance to win something besides hockey. Oh wait, no, they didn't win hockey.
No, wait.
Right.
You can have hockey. I'd take football.
Who's the last Canadian team to win a cup?
Actually, Canadian teams always win the CFL because they're all Canadian.
Yeah.
Montreal, long time ago.
Yeah.
But this year, the Winnipeg Jets are going to pull it out.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. So this week, the voting's already begun. I know.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah, and I don't know if we're going to be able to pull up the site now because we our designers at Kayak Angler and Rapid Media made a pretty cool new graphic. Have you guys seen it? Have you seen it on the, like, you know how we usually have the bracket and then there's like the Suvak one or whatever? We did a semifinal with both of you guys in there. It looks pretty cool.
Well, now I'm pulling it up.
I don't know if you could share. I guess you can't share it now because you're still eating that Dairy Queen, eh, Marty?
I have no idea how to share anything here. Let me see. Yeah.
It's pretty bright. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
twist it a bit. Twist it a bit, Ethan.
Yeah.
Ethan. Yeah. So we did some adjusting to make the graphics a little bit cooler for the finals, but yeah, there's.
I would have put that on if I could have had service today.
Yeah. Well, we know you were hungry after fishing in a storm all day, so you're waiting for.
It wasn't about eating; it was about finding internet.
I know.
Right.
I mean, it's shame on you, Marty. You should be sitting there drinking a milkshake or something.
Yeah,
I had a
promo.
I had a dilly bar just before we went on.
The old dilly
bars.
Nice. Yeah. Is that what's on your beard there?
I don't know, but things are getting rough. I can tell you that. Been on the road for 9 days already. But yeah,
living the life.
Yeah, but you're fishing every day. It's awesome.
Well, these storms, we're supposed to get 2 more days of storms.
Yeah.
Here. It's nuts, and we're right in the alley, of it. So I was like, man, well, I got a camper. You know, I can go to McDonald's and work on stuff. But anyway, so what do we got? We got to talk some more about these kayaks.
Yeah. We can't share stuff now, but I guess we've already seen a lot of their units here before. Yeah. So
we got a Hobie.
So we got Hobie and Vibe has been like backing Jake. And I just actually I was at my kid's soccer game, and Cody from Vibe from Kayak Distribution called me, and I think, Ethan, you need to get some of your brands up there helping you pump it out there, because Vibe did a whole full-on email blast in support of Jake. So
you got to do the Hobie owners group post.
So here's a cool thing. Last week we had the most votes ever, during a week with Gene against AJ. And this week, after 2 days, Monday, Tuesday, we've already got like way more than we've ever had. So
that's awesome.
Really?
It's very cool. I have no idea. So I don't want to know, because I don't want to be able to influence anything. But I always like to know, did this make the vote amount go up or not? So yeah, I think out there, they're the last 4 brands left, which are Vibe and Hobie and Old Town and and Bonafide with Gene. They got to get involved and help push it out. And those are just the boats. There's the motors, the electronics. There's a lot of people out there that have a lot of pro staffers that can help you push that out. And it's just good for the whole program to get more attention, right?
Yeah. It seems like, it's turned into a little snowball effect here. If every round's getting more and more votes, it's getting down to the top 4. Everybody's probably getting a little bit more into it.
Well, totally. So Jake, what's it cool. like?
Because now you guys are also, sorry, Marty, but now you guys are oh man, we are getting actually close to winning this cash prize. So I'm going to put a little bit more effort in. So I have a new idea that's going to make the next Yakoffs have a much higher cash prize because then people will put more effort into everything. But
Start,
I'm not
putting
giving you
Vegas
the
bets
idea
on
yet. Oh no, you'll see what's happening. But it's
Wow.
also going to be very cool. There's going to be some. I'm not going to tell you yet. We'll tell you after.
Well, Jake, you're on the college campus, aren't you?
Yeah.
Why can't you put up a sign on the grass outside the deal? Vote for me. You know.
Maybe I will.
Like,
Maybe every
vote for me or fail your.
Stop giving them
How about
ideas.
Jake will be
I'm
like,
gonna
vote
get
for me or
yours,
fail
Ethan.
your physical.
Ethan, just go to McDonald's.
Vote for me or extra conditioning.
We're going
Vote for
for
me or
that.
fail your. Vote for
I
me
fell
or
down.
fail your physical, and then Marty's in front of Dairy Queen.
Ethan, just go to a Walmart or a McDonald's. Oh man.
Oh,
I fell down again.
Man, I can't
I've had
believe
too
you
much.
lost. I can't believe you lost fish today when you can hold your phone like that.
yeah.
No, I'll tell you what. doing
It's
the,
too much dilly bar.
Doing the recruiting can backfire a little bit. My fiance is a teacher, and she was showing her 5th grade class the kayak setups and talking to them about it. And one of her kids in her class goes, "Oh, I'm going to vote for Ethan. He's got the same name as me." And I was like, she's like, "No, that's not how this is supposed to work."
That's good.
What were you going to say, Marty, before you got interrupted twice?
Go to a Walmart or a McDonald's and just like stand there like they do with the Girl Scout cookies and just say, "Hey, vote for me."
Just get a little card table at the entrance.
Hey, no. Do you have
Please push this
nearby?
button.
You have a Cubbies nearby? A Cubbies?
I've never heard of that in my life.
Me neither.
Cubbies?
No, that must be a northern thing.
Isn't that the Chicago baseball team?
No, the gas station.
Yeah, we don't have those here.
It has like 100 gas pumps. I
was you mean Buc-ee's?
Buc-ee's.
Oh, Buc-ee's. I'm sorry, Buc-ee's. Yeah, Cubbies. Bucky the Beaver. It was so crowded in there.
Yeah.
That you couldn't even walk a normal walk.
Yeah, it's like a Black Friday every day.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So you
in a gas station?
You never seen Buc-ee's?
Me?
First time going to Buc-ee's?
Second time.
Keith.
Me? No. There's 3 gas stations in the whole city I live in.
So Buc-ee's, Keith, is the world's largest gas station.
Yeah.
We don't have Buc-ee's in Canada.
They have like 200 pumps.
And Ethan, I had to wait in line at the pump.
Yeah.
Every single pump had somebody buy it because the gas was $2.38 a gallon. That was nuts. So anyway, yeah, you could go there and get some votes.
Yeah.
Never even heard of it.
Nuggets, those free nugget things they got because I bought some
beaver nuggets.
Yeah. Anyway,
we just pull all the gas out of the earth and send it down to you guys in the States and then buy it back from you and pay more.
Yeah.
Buc-ee's. Never heard of Buc-ee's.
Here it is, Keith. You can't really sit.
Look at that.
That's one gas station?
That's one.
It's like an airport. It looks like an airport.
It's as big as a Walmart.
Holy.
And they make good food in there. Really good.
And they sell all kinds of like clothes, like their own branded clothes.
Yeah.
So if you're ever around them, or like you'll see people with like Bucky t-shirts and mugs and hats and everything.
Really?
Yeah. You go into the restroom and there's like 50 urinals. There was a guy in every one.
It's the best. It's the cleanest bathrooms around.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh yeah. It's nuts.
Yeah.
That's how the Yakoffs are going to be, man. We're going to have everybody like swarming.
We could all just meet at the Buc-ee's.
Clean.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I'll tell you this. Anybody that's down at ICAST this year, we're going to have some people walking around with Yakoff swag.
Nice.
Are you guys going down to ICAST? Jake or Ethan?
Planning on it.
I might. I haven't decided yet or not.
Have you guys been there before?
I have not.
Yeah. And Marty, you haven't been there either yet, eh?
I haven't been there. I don't know. I'm already going to Canada. And
That's true.
I've been gone from home for a while. my
Well,
my
Tim Percy, he just commented, great jerky. They do have some great.
yeah, yeah, it's $30, 29 something dollars for a pound.
Yeah, it is a little expensive.
But everything
So,
else is
Tim, as a
fine.
fellow Canadian, Marty is coming up in mid-June to the northwest coast of Vancouver Island to Kayakjak,
Yeah.
where I've been developing a kayak fishing program, and Marty is one of the guys coming up to do a first FAM tour up there and expedition kayak fishing on the ocean for salmon, all 5 species of salmon, halibut, lingcod, rockfish. Pretty awesome.
I think
That's
that's
Pretty
where I'll
far from
start.
Lake St. Clair.
It is. I'm going to start my 66 species there. You know, like age 66, I'm going to try to get 66 species of fish. How about that?
That'll be
You
awesome.
could probably catch 66 random different kinds of rockfish in the ocean up there.
Wow.
Just be done in 4 days.
Wow. I've been trying to get in shape. You saw that video, Ethan.
Yeah.
We're battling.
Well,
You need to work.
maybe you shouldn't be eating at Dairy Queen and McDonald's all day long then.
I mean, we can just listen to Jake. Jake can teach us everything we need.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, I'm getting in good shape from that.
Yeah, the shape I am is round.
Round's the shape.
Yeah.
Do you pedal your kayak, Ethan?
Yeah, I will. I'll use the motor to get there, and then with the 360 drive, I'll use it to go around docks and get up. Like where I fish a lot, it's Gunnersville, the Tennessee River system. You get up in that grass, and the motor will chug through it if you're already going. But if you have to stop without the motor running, it will get chugged up a little bit, choked up.
Yeah.
And that 360 drive going through that fin, the Mirage drive, just slides through that grass.
Yeah, that eelgrass. Yeah.
Yeah, eelgrass, or really any kind of grass, the hydrilla. And
yeah, I've never had a problem with any kind of grass with mine.
No, it will get hung up a little bit on it, but all you got to do is kind of kick it real hard, and it'll clear itself off.
Yeah. How about you, Jake? Do you paddle yours too?
I use a motor mostly now. I used to pedal much more, especially like when there were still tournaments that were no motors. But now with most tournaments being motor tournaments, I love having the motor. Especially like I like doing offshore stuff, deeper water where you can't really put a power pole down, or it's a pain to drop the anchor over and over again. So I love having the spot lock on the motor. It just makes it so much easier to stay out in the water.
I see. So I'm going to ask you this, Jake, because you're a fitness guy.
Yeah.
Do you think that there's been a change in the kayak angler from say 8 to 10 years ago, based on what's happened technology-wise with and developments and accessories? Is there a change in the kayak angler? Is the physical part of the kayak angler?
So let me add to that question. He's asking, have we gotten fat?
No, I'm not asking that.
No,
how do you feel?
I think a little bit.
Or do you mean, Marty, the entry to start, because now you don't have to jump in and paddle around, and now you can jump in and have a little motorized boat, basically.
Right.
So I definitely think that kayak fishermen are not in as good of shape as they used to be, because there's so many options out there with the technology and motors and stuff. But even guys who are like bigger dudes they could still paddle around or pedal around and be in better shape. But I mean, I've thought about it, and I've thought about myself, because I started with like a 9-foot kayak. I would just like put it over my head and carry it down to the bank and throw my paddle in it. And then, and then I got a bigger kayak, but then I started getting lazier. Then I got the pedal drive, and then I got a motor, and then I got a trailer. And it's just like every little thing kind of takes away from the fitness side of kayaking. But it also makes it easier to have those longer 8, 10, 12-hour days on the water. So you're still getting some fitness when you stabilize for that amount of time.
Yeah, and you're in there, and when you're standing up, you're getting that core workout regardless, right? When you're standing up and casting and stuff,
Yeah.
and you're getting that
It's
core
just,
workout, and it's not taking anything away from it. I mean, you could still go to the gym for an hour every morning if you want to, and then use your motor on your kayak.
I just feel like for me, I can pedal, paddle, or motor, but I pedal almost all day long. And like today at Truman, I did not take my motor out with me. I just fished one cove and just did that. But like Gene Jensen will tell you, he's in it. He's not in it for the exercise. He'll tell you.
Yeah, he'll tell you 20 times in 1 minute.
Yeah. But here's the deal though, guys. I'm at the boat ramp the other day and guys are coming in and they were like, man, I can't sit that long. I can't, they were all miserable coming in and I got up, jumped up on my car. I feel great. And they're like, did you pedal all day? Yeah. So they, in a way, I think if it might take away some of that, but it not everything. I mean, you still, like I said, you still got to be stable out there, and your core is always working, and you're always working your arms. You're burning calories all day long, and most of us forget to eat when we're out there anyway.
Yep. Yeah, I remember last year I fished a no motor tournament in the Queen City Trail, and after I think it was in the middle of summer, like June or something like that. Anyways, after using my motor for the entire season, switching to pedals was just like I was just out of shape. So I mean, if I had to go back to paddling a kayak, it would kick my butt right now. Like I could get back into shape, figure out how to paddle again, but there is a level of stamina that you build up over time, and you get stronger. You adapt.
Yes.
And if you stop doing it, then you're not good at it anymore.
But as soon as you start again, you got that muscle memory, and it'll come back fast.
Mm-hmm. I feel how Jake feels because about 3 years ago when I won or got second at Hobie at Chickamauga, I went 5 miles from the boat ramp, and that was my spot. I found him in about halfway there on day one. I'm like, whew, wish I could have found somewhere else because on Hobie they didn't allow motors. So even with that 360 drive, I was still. Whew.
Yeah, you finish a 5 mile pedal and your legs are feeling like jello at 8 a.m.
And and in the morning you're trying to get there quick because you want the most time to fish. So you're not taking it easy either.
Yeah,
it gets and you're looking behind you and you see people coming up.
I remember those
I gotta
days,
speed
man.
up.
Yeah.
Now what I do is I'll run my motor and pedal.
Yeah, I do too now.
Yeah. It adds about a half mile an hour to your, sometimes more, depends on the wind. But
yeah, that's my exercise for the day.
There you go. Good. I'm looking out to my left in case somebody's coming after me or you guys in this parking lot.
When you're pedaling, motoring, and you're sitting there eating like a little Debbie, it makes you feel better then.
You need those carbs. You need those carbs if you got to get through the day pedaling.
Yeah. Kind of the same thing when you're.
You guys want to hear some tough fishing too? The guys in the Nebraska Bass Nation is holding their state championship at Truman Lake this week, Tuesday through Friday, right? Today I went over. I just missed their weigh-in, but I talked to a couple guys. How'd it go? 89 boats, 2 limits.
Wow. 2 limits.
And we have the All-American here Friday and Saturday. I like. What do you guys? Do you guys like grinders or slugfests?
I do better when it's a grind. I've won more tournaments when it's rough out there, but there's no better feeling than catching a bunch of fish.
Yeah,
like Lake Fork.
Way more fun for sure.
Marty, Bassmaster Championship. Oh, yeah. I caught 90 inches, and I thought, 90's not bad. I finished 39th.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was.
Man, it'd be heartbreaking to come in with it.
Yeah, huh?
It'd be heartbreaking to come in with like a big bag. And with kayak fishing, you get to see most of the day what everybody else has. But to come in with like 90 plus inches, thinking that you've got a good bag of fish, and then however many places out of a check, like that's rough.
I'm just glad. I'm glad I caught only 90, to be honest, because I've never caught 100 inches in a tournament, and if I'd have caught 100 inches and didn't cash a check, because I think 2 people had 100 inches and didn't cash a check.
Yeah.
You'd be kind of mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was just
I've
crazy.
never had either. I've had 196 though on 2 days.
My biggest is
Not a-
98
198.
or 98.
Yeah, I
Oh,
have a
you mean like a
97.
2-day tournament? Oh, a 2-day
2-day.
tournament. I've called one. It was like 198, I think. Yeah.
Wow. That's. How about you, Jake, and your vibe?
I don't know what my best day is. I want to say it's like 92.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember what the best what day is though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never had a tournament where I go just absolutely crush them and get a huge bag. Like the one like Ethan said, like the tournaments that I do well in are the ones where nobody's catching anything, and I can find a way to get like 1 or 2 good ones along with just grinding out a couple fish to fill a limit.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
In a month and a half, Marty's going to have a day where he's going to catch 200 inches because we're going to be catching halibut and lingcod and salmon.
200 inches on one fish.
3 fish, 200 inches.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. So,
But unfortunately, we lost Marty because he got eaten by a sea lion. He's very scared of that.
no, don't do
He
that.
keeps telling me, he's always like, I got the heebie-jeebies coming out there.
I don't know.
Carry the spear with me.
I'd be more scared of getting hit by one of those logs that you were talking about last, where whatever
those trees
the tree that shoot up.
Yeah, that happens. But
that's terrifying.
Or a humpback whale or something.
Man,
there'll be humpback whales that if they come up, they're so intelligent. I've got videos fishing in a 27-foot boat where the humpback just is like, it's called a friendly, and they're just like surfaces behind you, looks at you with this massive eyeball, doesn't touch your boat at all, 3 times longer than your boat, then they just sit there. It's very cool.
I got a question for you guys. We got some comments here, don't we?
Lots of them.
Does the kayak? Let me ask you this: does the kayak make an angler a better angler, depending on what they get? Okay, tell me more.
Well, with the depending on what kayak you're in, if you like fishing up shallow, certain kayaks work better because you can get up in tighter spots, and then if you want to go out deep, a bigger kayak that handles the swells, the waves, kind of make a difference. But I think it kind of matters a little bit. That's where looking for a kayak that suits you as an angler is so important. You go out and try as many kayaks as you want. My ultimate kayak is the Hobie Pro Angler 360. But for somebody else like Jake, it's the Vibe. So it's ultimately
Yeah,
I agree with that too.
We got a couple questions. One was Jordan Rhodes. Did I show it? I didn't show it. So did you guys see the newest CPR article in Kayak Angler Magazine?
Which one are you talking about, Jordan?
Yeah, I don't know.
I cannot say I did.
Maybe it was an old.
The new magazines are out there. The new magazines are out there.
Actually, this is for you, Keith. Do
they actually clean the barnacles off some of those whales? A lot of those videos you see are totally AI generated. I've never seen someone up there scraping barnacles off of a whale.
Wow.
I mean, that's like asking, does Marty actually eat at Dairy Queen? And we know he's look at him, he's ripped. He doesn't eat at Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
No, I just had a dilly bar there. That's all I had.
Yeah.
I'm not going to eat that junk.
That's what I mean. So that's why I'm saying they don't really scrape barnacles off humpbacks.
You can't say that junk. Keith's wanting Dairy Queen to sponsor the Yakoff next time.
Okay. Oh, I better be careful. No.
Yeah.
I like their dilly bars. I got to tell you, one night I went.
We don't have a Dairy Queen.
We have them everywhere. So
Yeah, we do.
it was a Tuesday night league, and I drive into this town next by ours, and there's a Dairy Queen there, and it was like 10 o'clock when I pulled up, but by the time I got out the door, it was 10:01, and I went to open it, and this kid was there, and he smiles at me, and I'm like, hey, are you open? He shakes his head, no. I said, I just want a dilly bar. He didn't say anything. Anyway, I didn't get a
Really?
dilly bar that night, but get this. There's a gas station next to it that joins it, and they had dilly bars in that gas station. I didn't know it. I did not get a dilly bar that night.
His life has never been the same.
No, I was
Marty's,
so mad at that kid.
He can, every time he closes his eyes, he sees that kid in his sleep.
Oh, yeah. No, actually, next time I sub in that school, I'm going to track that kid down and say,
I'm gonna fail you.
yeah, hey, there's light. I got light now. My truck's running. I got light. People are looking at me like, what is that guy doing?
Why is this old man still in the carport?
Yeah. Well, when I was at McDonald's, they were all. I'm over there working, and like 8 high school girls go sit by a table next to me. You know what that was like? Oh man, I heard all kinds of stuff. I didn't want to hear.
So if anybody's watching that's from around there, if you want to know any drama, just ask Marty. He knows it all.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Tim Percy made a good comment just a little while. Whatever kayak makes you feel comfortable and confident.
Yep.
Tim Percy has one. Go ahead. Sorry.
That's also like whatever you're throwing out there. Like you said, Ethan, a couple podcasts ago, whatever you're throwing out there needs to be what you're comfortable and confident in throwing out there, right?
Yeah.
Like everything. Yeah.
Jake, what made you purchase a Vibe?
You got it for free.
No, I got my first Vibe. It was like their smallest, cheapest one that they had. It was like a 9-foot kayak. I think I got it in 2016. I looked ridiculous in it. But this tiny little kayak, I just typed in fishing kayak into Google, and it was the first thing that popped up, and I liked the colors. That's how I got my first Vibe.
Wow. Okay.
And then I just kept with it ever since then. Because I mean, when I got my first kayak, I was finishing playing hockey in college, and I just needed something to do with my time. And I grew up fishing, and I was like, I had no plans on being competitive. I just wanted something to just go and do in my free time because I enjoyed fishing and I liked being on the water. The more I did it, I actually fished a couple tournaments in that 9-foot Vibe, and then saw what was out there and got really into it. But I kind of stuck with Vibe because they had so many like stepping stone kayaks for something a little bit bigger, a little bit better. And within my price range that I could afford as like a recent college graduate going to grad school and doing that stuff. But I'll say I've stayed with Vibe and stayed with the Shearwater because it's the Shearwater. I especially loved it when I lived in Florida, fishing in grass and around some of the thick stuff that they've got in those Florida lakes because it's doesn't sit too low in the water. So when you go, and it's got the X drive, it's got the fins, like Ethan was talking about with the 360, how it just goes through the grass so easily. You can go through the grass really easily with the X drive, but also because the kayak doesn't sit too deep into the water, it just glides right over anything that's in there. So that's why I really loved having the Shearwater when I lived in Florida.
And the new X drive, the improvements on the new X drive is way different than the old one.
Yeah.
Yeah, insane.
And they've got the impulse drive option too.
Yeah, and they have the other. Yeah, for sure.
How about you, Ethan? Why did you choose the Hobie?
Well, when I first started kayak fishing, my dream was to go and compete in the Hobie Worlds, which Tim Percy has been there. So shout out to him. But it's been my dream to go there and compete. And I've always watched these people back, which I'm only 27, so this is about 10 years ago, 15-ish. And I've always seen the Hobie always on the top. And in my eyes, the Hobie was always, the pro angler was always the Cadillac of the kayaking world. And so I've always wanted one, and finally I was given the opportunity to buy one, and I took the first chance I could get, and I've never looked back. I've had 3 now, and I absolutely love all of them. But it's just it was a dream when I was younger.
Now it matches your grandpa's truck.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, hey, everybody needs to know the truck's not a part of the Yakoffs. It's only the kayaks.
No, that's pretty awesome, though. If you look at that matchup, it looks pretty sweet.
By the way,
it's like AJ did last week with the Malone trailer, getting that black powder coated one to match his truck.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Look at that. That's pretty sweet.
Awesome. All about styling.
Yeah.
Tim Percy.
I saw you post that earlier. I was like, that's sick.
Tim Percy was in the Hobie Worlds 5 times. But I want to ask Tim, let's see if he can answer this. Tim, who was the first winner of the Hobie Worlds?
America.
Actually, no, the guy that won it. The guy that won it. And I can tell you this, that I can't tell you because it'd be a hint. It would be a giveaway if I give him a hint. But anyway,
that should be the giveaway tonight.
Yeah, that could be. We don't have anything. Oh wait, yeah, we do. I just found out.
You got a free You got a free blizzard for tonight.
Steve who, Tim? Steve who? A blizzard? No, it's a month stay. It's a month stay with Keith Stevenson at his house.
Oh, there you go.
Guided fishing trips any day. You can stay the whole month or part of the month, but a guided fishing trip as much as you want, and you can stay at his house, meals included.
Food, meals, booze, everything, whatever you want.
Is the sea lion attack included?
There's no sea lions where I live. There's like trout and kokanee.
He's got small. Anyway, no, they did that to Frank Skagus the other day. Got him. I was like, I'm going to do that to Keith too. I thought it was Marty Mood, Tim Percy. I thought he won the first one. Steve Lessard won it, huh? I thought it was Marty Mood. That was back, man, that thing was a big deal. It was a bigger deal back then, the Hobie Worlds, Ethan.
My dream one day is to be in that shotgun start.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Get this. There was one of the young guys from Nebraska, Nate Gloria. He made it to the Hobie Worlds. Hey, yeah, he said, sorry, it was Marty. Yeah, I had it right. Marty Mood. Thank you, Tim, for contributing.
Steve has won
it twice. Okay. But anyway, Nate was in the Australia one. And those guys, what they do, you better have a beefy kayak because they will knock you off your rocker as you're going out.
Yeah.
They would block you. And they would like team up, like 3 Australians would block a guy so the other Australian could get out in front. No kidding. And Nate, you know what? Nate got third or fourth, I think, in that. They had to catch Bream. Huh?
Nate Conley? Or who?
No, Nate Gloria.
Oh, okay.
He's not fishing right now, but he's won 2 Lake Fork events too.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty hard to do too.
I think for instead of tonight's giveaway, we should just ask Tim because of all his involvement. If we can Tim, do you want a Guardian Angel light kit? These guys have one. I think we should just send one to Tim.
Yeah, there you go.
That's great.
Give him one. And a month stay at Keith Stevenson's place.
Yeah.
Can I win that?
Man, anybody. You're all invited. I actually have a really cool shed pub on the other side of this wall. So
Tim Percy
he already has one.
Passport that I just want to get stamped so many times, you know.
There you go.
Well,
Tim said I pushed Nate on the shotgun start to get him ahead of everyone.
Is that right? You know what, Tim? Nate told me about that. You helped him quite a bit there. There was an Australian guy that helped him too, but he mentioned you. That's funny. Nate's a good dude, man. I found. Get this, Ethan. You know how you get guys into kayak fishing or whatever?
Yeah.
Nate was on a tiny little kayak on Lake Wanahoo, And I was out there and I said, "Hey, kayak, you like kayak fishing?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "We got this group, man. You can do some tournaments with us and stuff if you want." He goes, "Oh, okay." Well, I was wearing my wide brim hat, you know, and my kayak jack gear or whatever. The next time I go to Wanahoo, Nate was dressed like me. He had a gigantic wide brim hat. He was doing the kayak jack thing, man. It was awesome. But he could crawl around on that thing. He's like Christina, walk, you know, can crawl around on it, get out front and the back. But that dude can flat out fish too. But he's got a Hobie out back with a big motor on it. He's got the 1103 on it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he can jet with it. Yeah, I believe that, Tim. You know what, Tim? So you guys know, one time I went out to save a guy that had capsized in cold water, and I blew up my Mirage Drive doing it. I broke it. So they do
I have
great.
never had an issue with mine. Like the
Really?
180 was bulletproof. The 360, I've not had an issue with the drive itself. The belt, I have had a few issues, but
yeah. Here's something for you guys. Jake, you know this guy. You know who I met at a boat ramp last week? Greg Nosar.
oh,
I met Greg Nosar.
isn't that the
father
paddle
of the father of the KBBT. Whoop, I got to show that. Get this. He made, Keith, are you ready?
I'm ready.
His own kayak, his own mold. And he made a Hobie drive, like his own drive, and it's got triple the strength of those cables and whatever on there. You got to see it. It's like a tank. And he calls it a Daytona. And I don't know if he's going to market it or not. I asked him if he's going to market it, but it looks pretty nice. He's got some features of different kayaks on it. It kind of looks like your Vibe a little bit, Jake. But
I think I might have seen him post something on Instagram about that, but I may just be misremembering too. If he wasn't sure if he's going to market it or not, but I don't know.
I think you have to go through some permits or something. He's saying, but I was intrigued by that, Ethan, that drive, you know, and then I've got, by the way, Keith, I've got a Hoodoo sitting at my mechanic's place with the pedal driver. We're gonna see. He wants me to find out what he can do with that as well, because Hoodoo has a fin. I call it fin drive, but pedal drive.
What do you mean you have a Hoodoo? Did you get yours yet?
Yeah, I have two Hoodoos sitting at home.
Oh, you got yours?
Well, I think so. They said they're there. I haven't been home in
Oh, sweet.
I haven't been home.
Yeah, maybe you should spend some time at home. That's funny because I was messaging with Chris today, and I'm like, easier because your tournament's coming up too, right? End of the month?
Yeah, May 10th. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got it. Oh, sweet. Yeah,
so
that's
Jake,
awesome.
Where's your next tournament?
My next tournament is the South Boston Bassathon. It's like between Virginia and North Carolina. So it's the Kayak Adventure Series tournament this weekend.
Okay. So Saturday, you can, vote for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I was ready Friday too. So
Ethan's like, no.
No.
This is,
where are you going to fish, Ethan?
I am fishing Kentucky Lake for the Tennessee Bass Nation.
Ethan's going to go and hang out at Walmart and whatever that gas station was called.
Yeah.
And give like
Buc-ee's.
Yeah, Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
Buc-ee's.
Vote
So if
for
you
me.
type in the GPS, that's the funny part.
If you vote for me, you get $1 off every liter.
If you type Buc-ee's
or gallon, I
GPS,
guess, not liters.
If you type Buc-ee's in the GPS, it says Buc-ee's.
Just put 24 cans of beer in your kayak and hand them out as you go around.
Yeah. With like a little business card.
It's like a QR code on the beer can.
Why are you already telling? I called you earlier about this. I already have them in the truck.
Shit, I was supposed to say anything.
Oh, there we go. There's the Scotty Baker was the first one. Marty won the second one. I guess I was wrong. Okay. Good. He looked it up. Good. Okay.
I tell you, this Facebook, it's got a bunch of fact checkers now.
Yeah. Holy.
Well,
can't say anything.
We're going to have Marty Mood on the Kayak Fishing Story here soon. So he'll be on there talking. hopefully when I get home, if I get home, people are walking by me. You guys looking at me like, what is that guy doing? Why do you
Your
go
wife,
laughing? Huh?
Marty, your
You're
wife.
still in your truck for an hour and a half.
I think it's happy hour at Dairy Queen because there's a mob of people coming in here.
Free rainbow sprinkles on your blizzard.
I've been sitting there all night.
Wait, I'll
for.
be back. They're having a sale on dilly bars. I'll be back.
Hey, it is after 8 o'clock, probably half off.
I thought you were actually leaving.
There's a cop looking at me now over there, like on her
Oh my God! If you get arrested, this will be so good for your views.
Title the video, I got arrested
I'm
on
on a podcast. That's why.
He'd be like, "What's going on?" He's like, "I'm
fine.
talking about kayak fishing."
You can say hi if you want.
Stefan,
Okay.
what was in that dilly
Yeah,
bar?
bring in that police officer. Say hi.
She was looking at me and I go, I'm just on a podcast. She goes, oh, it's fine. You're fine. I say, you want to say hi? No, I'm fine. She went into the dilly bar.
Did you say, do you know who I am? I'm Kayak Jack.
Hey, if you're watching, vote for me.
No, vote for me.
What was it? Stevenson, what was in that
funny.
dilly bar? I don't know. I don't drink, but
That's funny.
Now, before we skip over, Jordan asked a question.
okay. Oh, there it is. I see it.
Yeah.
A second.
Now, are you talking about the drive itself or the whole kayak? If you can comment right quick.
Yeah, he ordered a new one. He ordered a new kayak, PA4, I think a PA14. He lives by
That's a 360 drive.
Or I live by him, I guess. Any recommendations? And by the way, Jordan, congratulations. He got a master angler bass last week in Nebraska.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, 20-incher.
Did he ever comment?
I know where he got it.
Whole kayak. Okay.
Whole kayak.
I tell you what my recommendation is, enjoy it, because you don't buy a new kayak every day. So there's not really anything. I know you got to put the handles on it, and I think that's pretty much it.
I think he's maybe talking about when you unwrap it and like to not put the knife in too deep and not like, sometimes they're like super wrapped. Depends what he's asking.
I never had an issue with it, with taking a knife to it, but my knife's also dull,
Yeah.
Having a
real sharp knife. You're not going to damage it if you scratch it anyway.
I do want to tell everybody too that our sponsor D Hooker, or the premier sponsor, he's been back. He's always follows our stuff and everything, Captain Mike. But if you guys get a chance, get one of those D Hookers. I got one ready here just in case.
Yeah, I was actually watching Mike, the owner of D Hooker there, Captain Mike. I was watching him on a West Coast Florida Sportsman podcast he was on last night, which was pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
And it was he's been all over the place, so yeah, it's pretty neat.
Can I plug in a little bit right quick?
Yeah,
absolutely. This is your show.
Follow my YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Wait.
Yeah.
You just broke 1,000.
I did.
Woo! I know.
Yeah, you did.
I was going to say that I was saving it for later. High five.
Thank you. So
I was saving that for later. I'm like, I was going to say towards the end, I was like, congratulations to Ethan for hitting that 1,000 mark that you've been talking about. I was watching when you were at like 12 to go, and like you were like,
so I'm
you're like, I'll give you my firstborn if you join.
I don't have any kids, so sorry about that. But
that's for the firstborn. Then you get
okay. Yeah, you can have them then.
You just got to go out more.
yeah. But if you can go and subscribe, I am giving away a bunch of cool stuff for 1,000 subscriber, and a D Hooker tool is one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm already subscribed. Can't do that for you.
Thank you.
Somebody else.
I'm subscribed too.
But so Jake, both you guys have social media channels, right? On Instagram.
Yeah.
And Facebook. Who's on Facebook? Both of you guys are on Facebook too.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Any of you guys got monetized? Are you monetized yet on any of those?
So I can be on Instagram. The way they do it's really tough though. Like you need to be getting millions and millions of views on your videos pretty regularly. And it's just not very realistic to get much from Instagram. So they do like bonuses, and it's like for every million views you get $100 or less than that even. I think it may be $10. But it's like it's a big number that you got to be posting a lot to get close to.
Yeah.
But more than the monetization of those things, especially Instagram, is like the way it helps you build your brand and helps you build your following and get your word out there, and like how you want to kind of provide people with what you do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do the Instagram or social media stuff really to try to monetize it. I mean, and that's why I haven't put a ton of time into my YouTube channel. Like I've got some videos up, but I don't have much time to go through all the editing, and it's a lot to do the YouTube. That's why I was wondering, Ethan, how long it took you to get to 1,000? Because I mean, that's a tough milestone to hit.
So I've been doing YouTube for 2 years and 3 months, and I just now hit it last Friday. So
that's awesome.
That's awesome. And you hit it on a Friday, so that's a bonus.
Yeah. Well, technically, I hit it on a Thursday, but I didn't share it till Friday because I was worried to share it, and then subscriber count kind of fluctuates a little bit.
There you go. You just got more subscribers.
Thank you. I was worried that I would go and brag about it, and then somebody would comment on, "You only have 999." So I waited till I got 1,002.
Yeah, I got one for you, Jake.
Well, your channel says 1.01K right now.
Sweet.
That's awesome. So Jake, I was a basketball coach, and I would make little drill videos, and stuff, and I put one up on YouTube, just one.
Mm-hmm.
And my other son deleted all of my videos on my iPad, so there's only one. I had these cool drill videos. Well, that one video has like 500,000 views.
Jeez.
One video, and it's critiquing it and whatever, but it's a layup video. But how to do a layup, how to teach a layup in 5 minutes, and it works. But isn't that something? How one video can do that, for you? Like just like you guys making your videos for your kayaks. If you make one video that it just goes viral, like.
Yeah.
And, the only videos I've had that have gone viral are the ones where I do something stupid, like my my life jacket that I got stuck in a rain one at a where was it, like Seminole, and the next day, like in the middle of fishing, it was still damp and it just went off randomly, and there was like some other video I did that was just dumb, but those are the only ones of mine that ever take off.
TikTok in particular, it's so crazy. Like some videos you think is going to do really good, it just bombs. And then just the simplest, like a video that I would take literally 2 minutes to make, goes really good. And
sometimes you have one, then you repost it way later, and then it gets way more hits than it did originally.
I had
what all the algorithm stuff. It's so hard to keep up.
Steven Surgeon just subscribed too. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. So what's the biggest thing that's come out of this for you guys, out of the Yakoffs? What's happened in your life because of it?
Oh, they met me.
Yeah, and that's
what else is there to talk about?
They know a Canadian. They know a Canadian now.
I know. I'm just waiting for him to say something about something. That's all I'm waiting for. To hear.
No more speaking.
Think about it though, Ethan. You could be on the cover of Kayak Angler Magazine.
That's the goal. That is the dream and the goal.
Wow.
But
now, if I get on the cover of Kayak Angler Magazine, I'm gonna drive up to Tennessee and borrow your truck for a day or two, though.
I don't let anybody touch that old truck.
I'll just hook the kayak up. It's fine.
Okay. Well, I don't know. A lot of people ask me, I bet red is your favorite color. And to be honest, it's not. It might seem like that because my Dodge Ram that I go fishing with is red. the kayak trailer and the kayak is red, but it's actually blue.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
red is Marty's favorite springtime crankbait color. That's
Well,
for
that
sure.
is mine
Yeah,
too.
it is. It is. It is. But green's my favorite color. Love green.
Red's my favorite.
No,
Red. Well, you could be a Husker.
I could be.
Yeah. We're
he's
coming
seen
back,
it.
making a comeback.
Um,
So anything
I'm an
else?
Ohio
Anything else
State
we
fan.
got? What's that?
So I'm an Ohio State fan.
Okay. Oh man.
Oh gosh,
Oh,
that's terrible.
I'm from Ohio. What do you want from me? It's the only
See,
team we
that's-
got.
That's my favorite. That's my baby right there.
Oh, that
What
thing's
is it?
sweet.
Yeah,
I can't see it. What? That's your pickup?
yeah, that's my drag truck.
How?
How many trucks do you
How long
have?
is it?
I don't know if I really want to say. I got 4 trucks, no 5, and a '71 Dodge Dart Swinger. So it's
Sheesh.
it's kind of a problem, to be honest.
You know, it's a lot. It's a lot less expensive if you collect Hot Wheels.
Well, a lot of people ask me like is fishing is just your one hobby? I'm like, nope. I like to hunt, fish, and race. So that just tells you I have
Yeah.
no money at all.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
And
But
take,
I have smiles,
If
I
you,
have memories
there you
that
go.
last a lifetime. So
you could have more money if you get enough votes.
I know that's that's
Yeah,
New trucks.
there's some cash out there for the last one of the 4 of you.
Yeah.
well, I already know what I'd spend the money on. I'd spend it on getting a live scope.
Oh, there's a question, Marty, we haven't asked yet, and I didn't even think about it right now. So the winner of the Yakoffs gets, amongst other things in the magazines and social exposure and a bunch of stuff, but there's a $2,500 U.S. cash prize just to do with whatever you want. So here's the question, Ethan: what would you do with that $2,500?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't
Great
say
question.
you're going to give it to children and charity and bullshit like that. Come on,
I mean,
what are you going to do with it?
I'd buy a live scope system for the kayak, and then the rest would go to a dog charity of my choice.
Oh, and you say that to Marty too. Marty, who's running the doggy paddle tournament in a week.
Yeah,
That's right.
Come on.
You know what?
You can't
I
say
will be
charity
looking
stuff.
you up, Ethan, for the Hearts
Yeah.
United.
You just lost half your money, man.
I can tell you this right now. I would buy Marnie Dilly, whatever it is, first.
Billy Bar.
A Dilly bar.
Billy Bar.
I'd buy him a couple of them so he could have some at night.
And here's my advice to you, Ethan. When you say that on a show like this or something like that, just say the exact model that you would buy. Then you go for the sponsorship.
Hey, I'd buy the 34. What is it? I can't remember the exact model. And then I get a 102 Garmin live scope system because I already got
There
an
you go.
Omni 3 SV and I love it.
Well, I'll call Betsy at Garmin tomorrow and see if she heard that.
Yes, please.
There you
I
go.
love it.
There you go.
I've
Jake,
actually
you're up.
used Garmin
And
related.
you're not allowed to say dumbbells and stuff like that for working out.
Oh, come
It's gotta
on.
be fishing related.
No, I've been looking at upgrading one of my screens to a 12-inch. So I'd probably get the Lowrance HDS Pro 12-inch screen.
Nice.
Wow.
So basically, I'm the tournament guy that wins a $50 check at a local tournament and spends $500 the next day on something new.
Yeah,
I won money for it.
and then you try to
Without telling
justify
your
it,
wife.
and you're like, yeah,
Hey, that's just angler math.
Yeah.
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 Sorry, I thought it was bigger than it was. I think that's just guy math. That's just guy math.
Yeah. I've always said that like dugout bait and tackle, they need to start adding on like a little fee if you want to where they'll print you off your receipt, but then they'll print off another receipt.
A dummy receipt.
Yes, a dummy. Yeah. So Jamie, if you're watching,
how much do you want your wife to think you spent on all those fishing stuff?
Yeah.
I just tell my wife it's a tax deduction.
Hey,
You're
that
saving
is
family money.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna wind it down here.
This is gonna be hilarious when Marty gets an offer to be sponsored, Kayakjak sponsored by Dairy Queen tomorrow. It's like
I'll have
shining in the
dilly
back.
bar. I'll have a dilly bar decal on my kayak, and then
I think your new nickname might be Dilly Bar after today.
I'm gonna have that grill and chill. Can you see that? The grill and chill decal on the side of my kayak.
Oh God, they'd think you're a swinger, Marty.
Grill and Chill Dilly Bar.
Well, yeah, there you go. Big old spoon. Cup.
Oh, I got the juice for it. I've got 200 amp hour batteries. So I had the 50 amp for the 2 9-inch screens and active target.
Wow.
But it was like, it's too much. It's more than I need, but the 50 amp hour was just not quite enough. So I got the battery life for a 12-inch screen. I don't know about 2, but at least 1.
Cool.
Nice. All right, let's get the pose here, Keith.
Yeah, I was just pulling it up to do that.
I can barely see him.
You know, this is always weird because I'm facing the opposite direction. Like, I'm looking to my right.
Yeah. Just wait. There we go.
Here we go.
Hold on. We got to get rid of the.
All right, there you go. Now go.
You good?
Man, Ethan, you're in trouble. He's a big dude.
You got to get closer, Ethan. You look smaller.
There you go.
You know how they fish out your camera?
There, right there.
Yeah. It's your camera.
Ready? Got it.
Now I do have a question. Where are all these pictures at? I'm not seeing.
That's because there's stuff coming out later. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Because I've not seen them yet, so I was wondering.
Yeah, they're not out there yet.
The UCF has.
There's plans. Yeah, I'm pimping you guys all out to the UFC.
Yeah, get closer to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That doesn't
all
mean
right,
Marty.
So before we hop off here, let's do it. Like, talk about yourself. Talk about why you should win this. Talk to your fans. This is the second day. Like, it's Tuesday. We've had more votes in the last 2 days than we've had in a full week. We broke it last week, and now we've had more in 2 days. So
wow.
So I don't know who's winning or who's losing, but I guarantee you one of you is winning and one is losing so far, because there's only 2 of you.
Mathematical equation.
It could be, I guess, but no. But there's a lot of people getting involved now, because also the people that are watching are realizing that, man, this is like 3 weeks away till when I could win my own $3,500 kayak, right? So they're kind of following along more and doing it and logging in every day and asking questions. So both of you guys, here's your chance. First of all, thanks so much for participating, and it's awesome to get to know you guys. We'll figure this out as we move along, but here's your chance to give your spiel. Let's hear it.
You want to go first, or you want to?
You lead the way.
All right. Well, you know, I'm a younger guy.
Time's up, Jake. No, I'm just kidding. No, go ahead.
No, I'm only 27. I'm here for the long haul. I hope to make a name for myself in the kayak community, and I'm just a down-home Southern guy.
Single Southern.
Well,
yeah. If any ladies
with 5 trucks and a Hobie Outback, a Hobie Pro Angler,
we will go out and have some styling. Let me say that. But only 2 of them was running, so.
Oh, there you go.
But now I done lost my train of thought. Thanks.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
So, hey, you can interrupt me too. Just to...
But you know, I like to just say something right quick. There was a death at Percy Priest a few weeks ago from a kayak angler, and if y'all are watching, please always wear your PFD. It doesn't take long to put it on. It's I've always said on my YouTube video, it's either a clip or a zip. It could save your life. But if you're watching, please always be safe. Be weather aware. That's what happened to him, sadly. he got caught in a storm. But safety's always first. But I would be honored to have your vote. And I kind of lost my train of thought there. So
It's all good. That was perfect. And on that note, too, I will say this. If you ever want to be anything involved in media or have your pictures or your videos or a huge catch or anything out there in Kayak Angler or any of the media sources, if you're not wearing a PFD, we won't even look at it.
Yeah.
So if you want to be famous, wear your PFD.
Yeah.
You know, one year, Keith, the boating guide came out and I was on the cover of it. And so when I saw the Game Parks guys at a meeting, whatever, I said, why'd you guys choose my picture for the state boating guide? They said, you were the only picture we had of a guy wearing a life jacket in the kayak.
Yeah, it's true. Like,
you know,
we work with the Coast Guard, right? And we work with like all these safety foundations, and we can't publish things if people aren't wearing their PFDs. Plus, it's just stupid not to. They're so comfortable these days with Stolquist and NRS and everybody else. Like, they don't even interfere with how you fish.
No. I'll fish out of my friend's boat, and a lot of times I'll stand up and start fishing, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm a kayak angler. I'll still have it on me. But just to add one more thing, even if you have it in your kayak, that doesn't help you. You got to have it on. Because if the water's cold, when you go in, if you do flip, the first thing you do is gasp.
Yeah.
And it's done when that water's cold. So
come visit me in the glacier water that we fish in.
Yeah.
That's cold.
Man.
And that's something I don't think it's talked about enough, is being safe.
So I will say one quick plug that I'm not going to tell you who or what's happening, but there's something coming out very soon that is all about kayak fishing safety in all different types of areas. And it's going to be very cool. Watch out for that. That's all I'm going to say. There's a whole new program coming out there.
That's awesome.
Wow, I wanted to add at Dale Hollow. There's a sign at the ramp, and it says there was 138 drownings here. All 138 did not have a life jacket on.
Yeah,
crazy.
I got a picture.
I thought you were going to say there was a sign that said Dairy Queen 100 yards to the left.
You guys are going to
look up your dilly bars.
The cool thing about the TWRA and the Tennessee Corps of Engineers, every lake in Tennessee has that sign. And it's different numbers per lake. And it's actually kind of sad, really, looking at it.
Yeah, it is.
But it reminds me.
But it's good to show people, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, imagine.
Jake,
that's half.
Ethan's taking all your thunder here.
Yeah.
Ethan just keeps talking. He's like, Ethan's like, oh yeah, I'm this good guy, blah blah blah. I just love everyone, but he's like, don't let Jake speak. Marty's gonna lose service soon.
I'll be we're like Jake.
Well, hey, I'll be quick. I'll say I'm a young guy. I'm 26.
There you go.
I've kind of gotten to my kayak to where it is just by enjoying the sport and growing as I was able to. And I think that there's still a place for people who just start a hobby and kind of grow into it as they get better. I think I can be a good representation of that. Starting with something small like my 9-foot kayak and building up to what I have now. It's
cool.
My kayaks I never thought I would ever have. So it's every day that I get to go out and it's really exciting. And, I love every day I get to spend on the water with everything I've been able to build up over the past 8-9 years, however long it's been. So vote for me. That's all I got.
Short and
wear your life jacket.
Yeah. Well, regardless, you guys, good luck to both of you. I'm going to tell you this. The more you can pump out every day and be involved, it's making a huge difference on just being out there and saying, vote for me or look at this or just be out there. Be like, you got another 5 days to go. Regardless, awesome to meet you guys. Look forward to actually meeting you in person. And Marty, thanks so much for hosting everything. And we'll see what happens. And good luck.
Yeah. Thank you guys for being patient. Yeah, thanks for being patient with my efforts to get this.
We got to get off here quick because Marty's slowly disappearing, except for his very bright beard.
Hey, we gotta get off here quick so Marty can get his dilly bar.
Yeah,
I
they're about to
remember.
close at Dairy Queen.
He's got
And-
1 foot out the door
and-
already.
And to everybody watching here for the last hour and 15 minutes, thanks for being part of it. And
And thank you.
keep following
Kayak Angler
along and
Magazine.
keep voting. Keep
Yeah.
putting it out.